Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, October 27th. Troy is tied up in meetings for him this afternoon. He's still in Copenhagen. Good morning. Please do say hello. Hit the like button if you feel you're getting value from the content of these live streams. And let's jump right in. Crude oil was interesting this morning. We got about 5 minutes. We're in a short pre-market on the YM, so will be a get in sync at 9:30. That is, of course, 8:30 Central Time, which is our start time on the YM. So let's see where we are on crude and also unleaded. So our first crude trade was this short. That was a break even, so 2 ticks. Then you get the long that just barely ticks the entry. Chances are that one is avoidable, pushing your entry up to 48. And so then you would take the short at 32. If you got into the long, the short would be a stop and reverse at 29. Either one of those hits targets 1 and 2. So that is POQ. Actually, that should be POQ whichever way you traded it, getting both targets 1 and 2 if you took the trailer down just below target 2. So a good morning on crude. Good morning, Stephen, Miles, Pamela. So let's take a look at unleaded. $9 start time. No trade on the long, doesn't ever trigger and cancels. And we pick up the SMA short that then stops and reverses to long at 86. That comes back and stops and reverses to short at 32. So we go 29 to 86. That's 57. And we go 86 to, that's another 57. So we're down 114. Oops. So then we pick up 89 to target 2, and looks like 87 or 88. So we're up 160. So that is a POQ. Getting us about 40 ticks and getting out of the way, because it looks like it's going to get noisy, but it looks like we get a long that's successful, a short that stops and reverses back to the long side. Up and down action on unleaded now. And the market is open, so we have a get in sync short. on the YM, and that stops out, but then we pick up a long that also stops out. That was a quick trade. We do take the full stop on the long. And a new, well, that's interesting. Pound Aussie showing a new short setup at 82.79. Nothing on the YM. The soybeans has rolled over to the January contract. Volume transitioned this morning. And we have a get in sync long at 1240.50, 8:30 Central start time. So that's right here. We did trigger in, and we are long, currently long. And it looks like no, man, mistriggering by there's, yeah, we got the 78.5, so that's an entry short on the Pound Aussie. Okay, we've got heating oil on Catapult on the upper left. And it looks like, oops, we had a short that looked like it triggered. Quick stop out. Now we're in the long that appears to have hit money management on heating oil. And if you move your stop intra-bar, that would have stopped out. All right. Another long that's a stop and reverse to short on the YM. That trade, target 1 is only 15, so I would go to target 2 with that. We get 24 ticks on target 2. Our initial long up here was 34 tick loss, also a small trade. And we get 21 to 07. So we 14.28 on top of the 34. So we pick up target 2. And our stop is at 01. So 28 and 34 is 62. We picked up 22 on the target with our stop and reverse adjustment. And at 6:01, we stop and reverse to long, and that's a full stop out. That's another one that right there below, or right there at the 20 SMA, you might want to wait for it to test before you get in. So that would just have been an exit at 01 from 07. That's another 6. So we're still down 32 if you avoided this long. All right, still long on soybeans. And I am short on the pound Aussie, but Traderoom has not got a trade on that one. And the long stopped out, unfortunately, on heating oil. Although if you waited and didn't move your stop, actually, yeah, if you waited, you actually did get a scalp target on that one. So that would be a first win there, and got a tick. If you stayed in it, you still only got a tick. So, but you did get a scalp if you stayed in it by holding the stop until bar close, and that is how it would have been traded by the automation. So top center is our crude 8 tick range bar. The heating oil is the 20 tick range bar. That's it's actually a one and done plan, starting at 8:30. The YM is our 14 tick or 14 point range bar. On spotlight, crude and YM are on spotlight. Lower left is the pound Aussie 80 tick or 8 pip range bar. Bottom center is unleaded 20 tick range. And the bottom right, I'm showing soybeans at the moment, and that's still trying to work up through the 200 EMA to get to target 1 in money management. Now this long I would take, because that just went down and tested the low a second time. So that's at 591, hitting target 1 for 20 ticks. Not very large trades this morning. You could choose to go to target 2 on that one. And that would be 31 ticks and would get us to a break even. And there's target 2. So that's going to get us POQ because our stop is now at 604. So having to work a little bit to get the YM positive this morning, but it's doing so. Still working on soybeans. And take a quick look at bean oil and see where I think, and soybeans, yeah, soybeans just moved through target 1, so that will be this will be a power of quitting trade on soybeans, giving us 9 ticks at $12.50 a tick. Stop to 1240.75. So that'll be 10 ticks, $125 if we stop out at the current stop. And of course, we will not be doing a 10 a.m. session on crude because today is the crude oil inventory report, and I will close down about 10:15 to transition over. It takes my charts a little longer to load than Troy's able to have a few more charts open right now. And the YM stops out at 607, so that is POQ. Let's see what unleaded looks like on Catapult. This is an 845 one and done, I believe, is the plan. So that comes in right here, and we get that gets a full stop. But if you continue trading it, you pick up a 1 tick break even on the short. That's an avoidable trade, I believe, that long, because that just ticked up to the entry. And soybeans hitting target 2 at 44.25. So that's 9 and 15, 24 so far. That's 6 points or $300. And we still have 2 positions left. That so far is getting us another $25. On single contracts, 3 targets, and trailer. So as I was saying on unleaded on Catapult, third trade is avoidable, I suspect. Fourth trade is on the short is a full stop. No way to avoid that one. Fifth trade, you have a target 1. And a stop out for 1 tick. So another break even. No scalp targets this morning. Another full stop short. Tough day for Spotlight or for Catapult. That's enough. That's the kind of morning that can be a losing session. So on my chart, pound Aussie is still short. Heating oil giving us another short, took a lot of heat and is back down around, getting back down around the entry. And soybeans going through target 3. And trail now at 41.25. So 3 ticks on the trailer. Targets gave us 9, 15, and 20. So 44, 11 points on our targets. That's $550 on the targets. We've already got $37.50 on the trailer. And it looks like we're going to get more. And good morning, Mark and Armando. Questions this morning. That's making quick work of things, it looks like. And taking a full stop out on the HO, heating oil, transitioning to long, and that just hit money management. Soybeans at 42.25 for the stop. Hitting scalp target on heating oil. And unleaded, just missing a scalp target. So I won another break-even trade there. Not a good morning on unleaded catapult. Micro ES showing some big 5-minute swings right around the open. And heating oil stopping out for 1 tick on the trailer. And I'm not trading all of those charts. There's no way I can follow six or 7 different charts and trade at the same time. I won't trade more than about 2 charts at the same time. You just can't focus on 6 charts well enough to keep up with them. 43.25 for the soybean stop. So we're now 2 3/4 points. Or no, it's 2 3/4 points. So that takes us to 712.50 so far on that trade. That's turning into a very nice trade for a very slow start this morning. Ended up being a single trade winner. It will be a one trade POQ and a nice result. Any way you slice it, heating oil should be done. So let's do check in on the bean oil. In a trade from late yesterday evening, actually from about 1 o'clock yesterday, 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Really slow moving through the overnight. And we get a short and a 1 tick break even on that. Just barely got below the target one. That is another one and done plan. But I will take a look for any other trades on that one. Well, I haven't got to POQ, but boy, it's noisy since then. It's back and forth action. 76. All right. Nothing doing on the pound Aussie, just noise in the system. Our soybeans trade on Counterpunch is at 46.25, 5 3/4 points. So that's another 27.50 on top of and pound Aussie working down through its session high right now, or session low right now. And looks like we definitely got money management, and just missing, or did we make target? Looks like we hit target. Target is 61. And no, we missed target by 3 ticks. Probably want to try to get profit off of that. All right. 1248. 7.5 points. That's going to be a $1,000 trade. That's really about all that's going on right now. Soybeans receding higher. Stop now at 78 on the pound Aussie. Missing by 3 ticks. I would probably go ahead and have tried to, especially since when it came down the second time, to right in that area, I would have made sure to mark it out of that position. All right, no questions this morning. Soybean oil still with no new trades. And note, I did mention soybeans, the soybeans contract ZS for Trader. I believe it's S for TradeStation. 48.75 now for the soybean stop. 8.25 points. $962.50. And it looks like we'll pick up another 2 ticks on the close of this bar, at least. So that would put us at 987.50. On the trade. Now, granted, that's going to take 4 contracts. Crude taking off. And the stop on the pound Aussie trade down to 82.77. Position 1 should have been taken off, getting within 3 or 4 ticks of target twice. That's within less than half a pip. $49.50, 9 points. So we've gotten 20. Well, if we stopped out right here, we'd have gotten 20 points out of this trade. There's your $1,000. But we're going to get a little bit more because it's like looks like we'll pick up at least 3 more ticks. And I'll make that at least 4 more ticks. And there's a nice, got a scalp target on heating oil up in the upper left, and starting to trail up now. Beyond target 1. I'll have to see what happens. That long trade that crude is in is a trade off the 200 EMA. Yeah, we'll pick up 3 more ticks on at least on soybeans. Have to see where it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and shut it down this morning in a couple of minutes, and I'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes with the crude oil inventory session, crude oil inventory report, and we'll see what happens on that session. It looks like we're down to 76 now on the pound Aussie stop. And heating oil stopped out. 1250.25. 9 3/4 points. And 1251.50. Now 11 points. 52.25. Soybeans on a tear this morning. $11 3/4 points on the trailer for soybeans, plus 11 points total off the targets. And we're at 1137.50. All right. Everybody have a good morning. Or take a few minutes, and I will be back in 10 to 15 minutes for the crude oil inventory session, inventory report session. That report comes out at 10:30. We'll wait our 2 minutes and start trading at 10:32.